Hello everybody, my name is Chris, you're watching Park Pass, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my friend Adam the Woo. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about his funeral. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about his celebration of life that's going to be happening for him that you can attend if you'd like to. I wish that I actually had, I wish I was in my studio recording this video. Instead, right now, we are on a little family vacation. But maybe it's appropriate that I'm doing a little walk and talk to talk about Adam, because that's what we love to do. Before we get started, I just want to say, for those of you who don't know who Adam was a very close friend of mine, and he was a very popular YouTuber known as Adam the Woo. And he had, over both of his channels, he had over 1 million subscribers, and he did daily videos, daily vlogs. And it was just an inspiration for a lot of people. He passed away unexpectedly on December 22nd, and it was heartbreaking for all of us, but particularly for his mother and father and his sister. And it was kind of a crazy time. And originally the family's like, we'll have a big open, like, huge funeral service that anybody can attend. But you know, that's what I think what everybody was kind of thinking. And then you start thinking a little more clearly, and you realize, well, maybe that's not quite the right thing to do. And so they decided that we're going to do a celebration of life. I'm going to talk a little bit about the funeral service, just from my perspective, and then I'm going to talk to you about the celebration of life that's going to be happening that you can attend. The funeral service was fantastic. It was, I am going to sit down. Let me just kind of get this adjusted here. There we go. The funeral service was held in Florida, and Adam's family, and Adam's dad is Reverend of a church, and they decided that they kind of wanted it to be smaller, more for the congregation of his church, and the family invited people that they felt that Adam would definitely want to be there at his service. There was maybe only about 80 people in attendance to his funeral. 60 of them were probably there from Adam's father's church. The other 20 of us were his, friends, a lot of YouTubers, and some just childhood friends that he had, and it was a fantastic ceremony. The night before the ceremony, a lot of us all got together and we had dinner, and we all kind of talked about Adam. And it's fun for me to see a lot of these people that Adam had on his videos, like Scott on Tape and all these other people, and I got to meet them in person. We all got to share our stories about Adam because we all loved him so much. And then that night before the funeral, that night when it was time to go to sleep, to be honest with you, I was a little nervous. The next morning, the day of the funeral, we went to the funeral parlor, and a lot of us were kind of just loitering around in the parking lot, and I still was feeling kind of mentally strong and okay. And then it became time. Then I think we all were nervous to go in. It started at 10 o'clock, and we were there about 9:30 in the morning. And finally, I said, "Hey, we should go in." And Magic Journeys, the YouTube channel, McVie was standing next to me, and we started walking in. And right as we got to the funeral parlor, it overwhelmed me, and I was like almost repelled. I couldn't even go in. I just said, "Oh no," and I started to cry. And McVie, he was standing next to me, and he put his arm around me, and he whispers in my ear, "You can do this." And we walked into the funeral parlor, and I was just like everybody, just devastated. And the funeral director came over and is like, hey, would you guys like to go back and maybe get like a little cup of coffee? And I was like, that's the most appropriate thing because Adam loved coffee. And we're like, yeah. And we just went back, and I walked back with my wife and McVie, and I just sat there for a second just to regroup. And then they said it's time to go in, and the funeral was wonderful. It was, his dad spoke, his sister spoke, and I'm not going to get into that because I think it's private, but they did a great job, and it was just so good. Oh, and the other thing is the family had asked the YouTubers that were coming, they asked us, they're like, wear t-shirts, or wear what Adam would remember you most wearing. They're like, because that's what Adam liked. And so a lot of us were in like a t-shirt, and I literally struggled with that. I was like, what do I wear? I was going to wear a Halloween Horror Nights t-shirt because Adam and I went to Halloween Horror Nights all the time together. And but then last minute I decided, I'm like, you know what? He would probably remember me most in my white shirt and tie, which I normally wear. So I ended up wearing that. But it was fun to see, people were wearing like t-shirts for like the Tampa Rays baseball team or different movies that they liked, and it was a good homage to Adam. Then we went to the cemetery, and they had some more speaking, and then this is one part that I'm going to share. They lowered the coffin down, and there was straps on the coffin, and the one guy who was working it you could tell he was new and he was a little nervous. And the experienced guy, he lowered it, he got his strap done, but the other guy the strap got caught, and just for a brief moment, he was kind of panicky, and then the experienced guy went over to help him get the strap off the coffin and the casket. And it got all quiet, and just then Adam's mom spoke up. She's like, if Adam was here, he'd be filming this, he'd be laughing. And it just broke all the tension. We all just started laughing, and we loved that moment. I loved that moment. And then after the service, Adam's dad came up to me, and his church, they were having like a luncheon, and he invited us. He's like, we'd like you to come to the luncheon. And at first I was like, I didn't know. I thought, was he just inviting me to be polite? Is this just for the family and the members of the congregation? And I was like, oh, I don't know. But then he turned to my wife Amanda. He's like, please come to this. And my wife is like, absolutely, we will do that. And so we ended up telling a lot of the other YouTubers, because they're like the same thing. They're like, should we go to this? And Amanda's like, we're going. And we all went, and they had like a little luncheon, and we told stories of Adam and laughed. And after that part was over, we ended up going, a lot of his friends, we went back to Celebration, Florida, where his house was, and there's a Starbucks there. We all went to Starbucks, and then I went to his house privately because I needed to say goodbye to him. And then we decided it would be good. We honored him. We went to Epcot. All of us tried to go to Epcot, and we rode the rides that he liked. We did Figment, and then the Journey in the Earth. Anyways, it was a wonderful yet horrible day. A lot of people, though, I think felt like that they haven't had a chance to say goodbye to Adam. This is where it comes in for you. We're going to be doing a celebration of life for Adam. This is a celebration where we can laugh and tell stories and just kind of honor Adam. It's going to be held March 8th. It's a Sunday in Anaheim, California, at the Garden Grove Amp. I will put the link down below. There is limited seating, but a lot of standing room at this amphitheater. We're going to have multiple speakers telling funny stories. Tim Tracker, Justin Scar is going to be talking. Mike is going to be talking. I'll be saying a few things. Adam's dad and will be talking. Tom Wilson from Back to the Future, Biff, he'll be talking. If you would like to attend this, you could click the link down below, and you can reserve your spot. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be at noon. The Celebration of Life will start at noon on March 8th at the Garden Grove Amphitheater. The doors will open at 11 in the morning to allow people in. you have to reserve your ticket. There's a little link down below. It's like think of it almost like you're going to a concert. You have to get a ticket, but it's free. This is free. You can reserve your ticket so we can understand the attendance that we're expecting. We're expecting a lot of people. There is limited seating. At 11 o'clock, we'll open up the doors and those people can sit down. And then we'll also have people, there's plenty of room for people to stand and have to be there. And then afterwards, there'll be a little bit of talking, a little meet and greet. You'll be able to talk to some people there. We're also going to have lots and lots of videos from his friends who couldn't make it, who couldn't have a chance to come all the way, travel all the way out there. So he's going to be well represented by all the walks of life that he interacted with. It's a celebration of life. We expect to laugh. We expect to have fun. We expect to remember our friend. And if you want to go, click the link down below. This is what I ask though. Since it is limited, only click the link if you really are planning on attending. We want to give everybody a chance to be there and attend to this fun event that's going to be tinged with some sadness. And this will be our chance to celebrate Adam's life. He's touched so many people that, after he passed away, he was featured in People magazine, he was on the news, and people are talking about this because his influence was so large and he touched so many people's lives. And we want to get back and celebrate. This is something that a lot of people have been working on this, get this event ready to go. And we're going to have it on March 8th, 2026, starting at noon at the Garden Grove Amphitheater by Anaheim. And we'd love to see you there. All right. I'll put the link down below. If you have questions, you want to know more about it, I'll try to get to those questions the best that I can. But by clicking on that link, you have the website, you can read all about the event. And also, I'll have a post on our Instagram at Provost Park Pass. You can go on our Instagram and you can see that post. Okay. I usually end my videos where I try to talk to you guys and say something to you. I'm going to do this a little different. Adam, I just want to tell you how amazing you were in your life. You did it your way. You lived life the fullest and you squeezed every little ounce out of it. You saw the world. You made people laugh. You were a good example to a lot of us. You were fearless when it came to trying things. You're like, I'm going to go out and try these things. And you, when people didn't even understand how YouTube worked back then, you started and you went out, you went for it, and you were like, I can do this. And you were a delight to be around. I think about you every day and I miss you. All right, guys, I'll see you possibly on March 8th at the celebration for Adam the Woo.